According to the Central Narcotics Bureau's latest stats, there were 8 reported incidents this year where the drug LSD was seized. This is up from 2020 and 2019, when 2 cases were reported in each year. While all of 2021's 8 cases involved LSD stamps, and a total of 542 stamps were seized. LSD is classified by CNB as others, which also includes cocaine, ketamine and methadone. And last year, 19 people were caught abusing drugs in this category. Incidents of LSD abuse in the spotlight recently following the case of 17-year-old Justin Lee, who died while facing drug trafficking charges involving LSD. The Straits Times' senior correspondent, Zaihan Muhammad Yusuf, is here. So Zai, you've previously spoken to abusers of, all sorts of drugs, and you've recently been in touch with an ex-LSD user. Well, according to CNB's latest stats, LSD is one of the least commonly abused drugs. Is it because it's difficult to get in Singapore?
Well, if you look at the statistics from CNB, what sense you get out of it is that among new users, LSD would probably be among the others. That means under 5%. So almost non-existent in our drug landscape. But what is worrying is that there are private messaging groups here. Virtually it's online, and you can have access to almost like a pharmacy, but of hard drugs. And these seems to be catered to Singapore users, Singapore subscribers. On one such platform, there are about five groups that each have between 200 plus to about 6,000 subscribers, and all they do is, peddle drugs. So it's available to Singaporeans, and from the messaging and the reviews within this post, you can tell that it seems to be local. But I'm not sure whether these are scammers or people trying to pretend to be drug peddlers and so on, who want to con other people, So, but from what I understand, it is available, and it's just that you have to try your luck.
You have spoken to a former LSD user, Mr. Tan. Could you share more about his story?
Well, his story starts off very sad, because at age 13, he's already seen, the Singapore Boys' Home. He's been in there twice, and then it escalated to RTC, and then finally prison. All these from starting out being involved in gangs. And, when you're involved in gangs, you meet people who will try to dare you, peer pressure to say that, hey, why do you sniff glue? Try something harder. So it escalates to cough syrup, to marijuana, cannabis, and to heroin. And he's also tried, because of that, he's tried LSD. Now, this happened to Mr. Tan both locally and overseas. That means he took the drugs in Singapore and also overseas. But I think from the story that he has shared to me, there is a certain guilt in his voice, because he says that there was one time a group of friends took LSD, and they were sitting by a pool. They were all high. Unfortunately, one of the participants, she had a trip where she imagined she was trying to escape from a tsunami. And what she did was she went head first into the almost empty pool. It was just ankle deep. So as a result, she hurt herself, her neck, and fractured the fingers. Now, Mr. Tan and his friends, of course, when this happened, they all laughed. They were obviously high, but it took, not too long before they realized that, there will be repercussions if the police or, arrive. So as a result, they all fled. Now but because of his decision to flee the location, he feels that, he should have done more, or at least call for help. He depended on those who were still at the party to make the call for an ambulance to come and help this woman. So that part is his voice sharing his experience. But from now, it's a different worldview that he has, because he's a father of 2 daughters. So while he had his fun, but of course he is concerned that younger people, especially Singaporeans who have access to the virtual world, may find such drugs like LSD easy to buy just with a click.